Alrighty lads, we are back for the grand final of the Shiba Knockout Tournament hosted by myself, Shiba. So happy days. On the Allies side, we have Pawky Dragon, who is the American Irregular Doctrine. And on the Northwest side, we have FETT, who is the German Support Doctrine. So lots of infantry moving early on. We expect that from both these players. They are both very good players. They've both won some very hard matches to get here, so this should make for a great match. The map is Farmland, in case any of you were wondering. Let's have a look at the opening encounter here in the middle here. So we've got Pawky moving in numbers. FETT doesn't really have as many numbers. He does have a squad back here. Might have been caught out by the pathfinding. So Pawky dropping the boys, throwing some smoke. Good stuff. Surprising he's not getting anyone in this house. It's usually a go-to. But FETT playing pretty smart. He's actually pushing in through I think this area here is a better place to push from this side. Very open over here, so smart move by FETT. FETT actually capping the west. No one there, and he's also capping the east. So, let's move on to the northeast. Pawky does have numbers here, so he should be able to contest it. Not as much action on this side. Pawky does have a few lads here as well. Kind of in no man's land, in between. But, Pawky making a move. Very nice. FETT controlling the eastern point still though. Don't know for how long though. Back in the middle, FETT has made his move. So yeah, hiding the boys in this is very nice. From the other side, from Pawky's side, he can also hide his boys in here, which is handy. And you've also got the corner of this house. So good to hide an officer in if you're struggling towards the end. But FETT actually take control very nicely of this match early on. Pawky has levelled the east. It is unknown whether he'll push another lad in there just to get the cap. So it looks like we have a vehicle. The M20. Pawky does like those. So he's doing a lot of damage to FETT at the minute actually. So we may see a change of hands in the field here. Get a good look for yous. The M20. It's a nice little vehicle. Get a good screenshot there. So now he's actually capping this right side and he's cleared this middle nicely. Probably isn't far off capping. It appears he's leaving the west. So FETT doing a good job here. Just get a couple lads and hold the point for basically nothing. So we'll see how Pawky deals with the west later on though. One decent push and he'll take that. But at the minute I think he's concentrating on getting control of this point. Completely wiped FETT off the east. So a very good play. Looks like FETT pushing again for this this spot here. So let's give you an overview of the middle. So Pawky, numbers here. He's also got a guy over here. I like how he spread out his units in a nice front line. FETT's kind of stuck in this little area at the minute. If you can spread out early and get good numbers around, it helps you out a lot. So good play. And it looks like Pawky's actually taken his M20 around and he's heading potentially west. So he's got a couple lads there. He could take that position. So we may see the tables turning a little bit. Now FETT's still holding this, but we've got reinforcements moving in. Pawky playing a little reserved at the minute, but he's starting to make a bit of a move. Bit of lag, apologies everyone. So the military police, as you can see, he's got decent numbers in there, but they're not worth a lot cap weight wise, because they're only tier 1 crab infantry, I believe. Yeah, tier 1, see there? So he needs considerable numbers to start taking, but it looks like he's finally got it. He's also starting to come around the flank here. So FETT, a little bit rattled here. He's not got too many forces. He does have an officer he's bringing back. I think he was planning to hold him there, but probably a bit early for that. He's pushing a squad in. So I feel like he should be coming from here potentially. They're very caught in the open. But we have the M20 making a move. 5 minutes in, 245 to 400, FETT's way. Pawky starting to take control a little bit. He's capped the east, and he's currently capping the middle, and also making a push on the west. Now we see another vehicle. FETT loves his Whirlwind. This will cause some damage. He's also reinforcing with a squad, so very nice. Although, I like what Pawky did there. He's brought FETT's attention here, so that squad, instead of going to support the middle, is now moving to the west. Curious to see what FETT does with this. And what doctrine unit Pawky goes for. Perhaps a special combined forces or the field gun. So that Whirlwind, very dangerous. Especially with the amount of infantry that Pawky's got at the minute. Looks like Pawky has another vehicle coming. And it would be that infantry gun, I believe. Yes. So that'll be handy. Ooh, Whirlwind doing some absolute damage here. So FETT should be using some smoke here. Bit of smoke there, then make your move. Move this probably over a little, and you'll be able to get shots through here. But Pawky is taking control of all 3 points at the moment. FETT is going to want to do something very quick. I think not using smoke might hurt him on this point. Lime down, lime down. There we go, so good stuff. FETT has started to cap the eastern side. So a nice little push from FETT. Got nothing to contest the west or middle though, so that is a worry for FETT, but he's doing the right thing. I think when you're down 3 zones, focus on one zone and don't focus on getting back in front, focus on capping one zone. And I think FETT did that beautifully. He's focused on getting this zone. Once he's capped that, bring up another squad to deal with something else. So that infantry gun is popping shots at this Whirlwind. Good use of the buildings for cover. Sorry boys. So it looks like Pawky's going to leave that there. It's got a sneaky little view. He might actually get it. Nah. Not happening, not today. That Whirlwind causing some problems for Pawky at the minute. Now FETT's pushing another squad left. Interesting choice. Now, I don't know if FETT actually has more numbers he could bring out right now, because I feel like he needs numbers. No. He's got both officers out though, but are we looking for kills? So Pawky winning in the kills department, by the looks of it. These boys caught out in the open, but a good move. I think move them into the middle. He needs to make a push into the middle. Now Pawky moving that infantry gun. He may catch the Whirlwind out. Ooh, nah. So he's going to destroy that. FETT could almost push this and have a go at it. I almost would. But Pawky waiting for him. Oh, he's got him. So that hurts. Now, really finish it. So it looks like he's turning to finish. FETT making a move. Now he started capping the middle. Again, I think the lack of smokes hurts him. But he has got the cap. Well, he's starting to cap. Losing a few soldiers though, which he can't really afford to do at the minute. I like this. He's using smoke to cover his Whirlwind while it gets repaired. I would probably, seeing as it's not damaged anywhere but the turret, this is the time he should be pulling it back. Get it back here, get it repaired, fill it with crew. That might bite him if... No, so Pawky's actually moving that gun. So that might save him. Maybe. We'll see, but Pawky moving some forces in to attack this eastern point, sorry. Let's see how he goes.
So 10 minutes in, 380 to 457. Pawky has taken back control of the point score, the game score-wise, but FETT capping 2-1 at the minute in regards to zones. So we've got more happening in the middle here. FETT's been caught out in no man's land again. He'd better hope the infantry gun doesn't smack that squad. He's throwing a bit of smoke. I believe he threw this smoke here as well, so good play by FETT. He's starting to use the smoke a bit more effectively. I think he should be trying to push these boys in here. He could also use his own infantry gun or a mortar, perhaps, over here, to deal with that M20, because that M20 has done some good work for Pawky so far. We do, however, have some random kind of lads around here protecting the officers. YG and FETT play a lot together, so YG has obviously told him to protect his officers with squads, so yeah, funnily enough, Pawky hasn't actually made a move to his spawn. So Pawky using the flamethrower very effectively, and that is absolutely screwed FETT over. Good use of the flamethrower guy there. Do like that. So, how good? Ooh, we got him with a nade. Nice. Now, the flamethrower wasn't enough to get control of this point. FETT only has a few guys in there, though. Doesn't look like Pawky's got much. He's got one guy, so perhaps he could move this guy into that window. And maybe a few lads into here. It looks like he's focusing his attention on this zone here, though. The eastern. Now, it's nice that you can get the Jeep to tow this. So he's got a machine gun to protect his units a little. Looks like we have a supply truck coming, and he's finally dealt with that whirlwind. So that's why the whirlwind should have been moved. But they've just been slaughtered by, I assume, the whirlwind, but it was glitching. Easy kill, so that hurts FETT. He's now lost control of the eastern point. Should have brought it back here. That one will horn him. And the M20 is still banging around. And we do have a push on this western point. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this plays out. So FETT has a lot of open ground to cover, and it's not that M20 is coming back, so if he wants to make that push, he's definitely going to need to smoke it out and maybe bring something to reinforce. We're almost at second doctrine though, so it'll be interesting to see who brings what. Now, Pawky controlling this guy. What's he doing here? Well, he was. Now, these guys are going to get slaughtered. Good use of smoke. Yeah, I feel like retreating these guys is the best option. Bring them back here. Bring something up. Oh, he's bringing something up. He's bought himself another... Oh, he's bought Ostwind this time. Ostwind is very good, and it saves ammo. Because it doesn't have the 4 cannon, it's got the 1. So you can kind of keep it around longer, which is nice. So, good play by FETT. Very good play. So they've pretty much traded zones. Pawky's actually made a move onto his side, which will cause FETT some issues pushing back on. Perhaps once he takes that western point, he can bring the Ostwind back around. Hold these guys back, don't make too much of a push, and then make a push once you've got the Ostwind helping. So the middle's still owned by FETT, but Pawky's just moved a soldier in to start capping. He may get killed very shortly though, and stop that. Though these are Pawky's as well, so not good for FETT. He's only just holding that zone. Now, we have seen him take control of this. I do like this section here, because you can lie these guys down. You've got the slight hill, and you just lob grenades into here. But vice versa, if you can get in here and lay you guys down, you lob grenades over here. So you really want to push these guys up into this zone. Now, that gun is making a move. FETT's going to want to move the Ostwind out of there. But he's moving it closer, so he may lose that pretty quickly. So let's see what he's doing.
Now FETT pushing dangerously close with that Ostwind. 15 minutes in, 483 to 473, Pawky's way. Pawky currently controlling 2 points, well 1 point. Middle points contested, FETT controlling 1 point. Now Pawky getting ready for an assault here. Let's see how he goes. Can he get this to get a shot off before the Ostwind catches him? He might be able to sit it here and be protected by this rock. Lob shots over this crate here. Yep. I think the Ostwind is about to go bye-bye. And... ooh. So that's giving him a bit of warning. Pawky knows it. He's moving back. Good play. That's definitely the move. I think FETT right now needs to move that. Get that out. Looks like he's brought the grill in. Nice move. I like that move, actually. You can use the grill to completely clear this. He's capping the left again. Without an officer on it as well. So that's a good sign for FETT. Pawky, I think, does still have more forces around. But FETT isn't that far behind him. As for the kills deaths, it looks like Pawky is up. And they're even on the vehicle kills. So, Pawky very comfortable in the middle here. See what he's doing with that infantry gun. So, looks like he's given up on that one. He's getting ready to move it. FETT bringing out a sniper. I like that move. The snipers are very good for clearing points. I think he's bringing it to the wrong point though. Perhaps that sniper should be maybe here. Getting shots on these guys. Although, I think he does have another sniper. He does, so... my bad. He's actually got another sniper here, slowly clearing that point. Good move on FETT's part. If you don't use snipers, they're very handy. They'll get you a kill every 30 seconds, and they'll clear a point for you before you go to make that push. Now these guys getting burnt, I assume, by, yep, a flamethrower. So FETT's going to want to deal with that. When you see those cannonballs flying, well, the flame balls flying, it makes you panic. You just see flame coming through, smoke decimating you guys. It sucks. Looks like he tried to get him with the grill. FETT should be throwing grenades all through there. Probably the best thing he can do, which it looks like he's trying to now. They got him finally, so FETT will be happy with that. Now what? That's the supply truck. Not sure what other units Pawky can get. Let's have a look. So bring a bigger howitzer, the flamethrower E4, it's a flamethrower Sherman, or the bomb. I wonder what he's going to use. He might be saving to use the Calliot. Now, FETT is actually losing. Oh no, sorry, I'm Pawky now. Pawky's losing it. FETT is winning it, and Pawky's actually dealt with this Ostwind, so we knew that was coming. Been saying for a while he should have moved that. Looks like he might actually get some shots back on it though. Good move going forward. That'll protect him a little. Yep, now he just needs to bring it straight over here. Good move, so... ooh, got him. I think it's just because it went up the incline a little bit again. That hurts. Over on the eastern front. Alright, now I'm all confused of who's who, so I'm going to go back to FETT so I don't keep screwing it up. Ah, there we go. So FETT's still controlling the east and the west, but I feel like the west is about to change hands. That grill doing some damage to Pawky, so I get the feeling he's just trying to hold off until he can bring the Calliope in. Looks like he's still trying to get shots on that Ostwind. Now's probably the time where he can move that over, get shots. But this does have a AT dude in it, so perhaps he could run him up. Ooh, hull broken, so it looks like he's majorly damaged it. And this should clear the rest of this point for Pawky, so a very nice push. Looks like we have the short barrel SD KFZ. I think heat shells are very handy. Now, FETT's actually coming to reply on this point with a flamethrower of his own. So we'll see how we go with that. Now, things stabilising a little bit. Coming up to the 20-minute mark, we've got FETT on 594, Pawky on 490. FETT currently holding 2 positions to 1. A very good matchup so far. I feel like this one has a lot more left in it. Pawky still has plenty he can do with his doctrine, and he started capping this point. And once he gets these boys on there, it's going to be very hard for FETT to make a move back onto this point, although that has just done some significant damage to Pawky. Pawky needs to lie his guys in down here, which is exactly what he's doing. There is a sniper here, though, that's slowly taking these boys out, so that's good for him. We've got another squad, though, coming to this left side. So Pawky's going to want to really get his boys down into this little crevice. He could even use this foxhole. He should be smoking it out, which I think he will be trying to do. He's got full control of the middle. I don't think FETT's worried about that. I reckon he's just trying his hardest to hold on to these flanks, but Pawky not making it easy for him. Things are changing on the west, and the east is closer than we think. Now, that's just that. So where's the infantry gun? Oh, it's up here. So he may be getting ready to, or trying to get shots on that. I think he is. He's going to go for a shot. Move it up a little bit. And I'll get it here. Nah. So he's given up on that. Interesting that he's taking the support away. He is repairing this, or he was. So he might be able to get that back up. There is actually a bazooka in there, I reckon. So he could potentially grab the bazooka and have a go. Not sure why he's not. Moving back onto this point. So it looks like we've got a bit of movement from FETT. FETT clearing Pawky off this point. So for those of you who play PvP, that was brilliant by FETT. He didn't just stay there. Even though he had the point, he didn't just sit back. He's moving forward and clearing Pawky off of that point as much as he can. So if you let the enemy build up forces without contesting it, you're going to have a bad time. So it was beautiful by FETT. He does want to watch out, though, because there is some guys snuck out here. He could potentially bring them around soon, or even bring a bazooka around. Ooh, he's got that first special service squad, so they've got a flare. But they've also got a bazooka, so he might bring a bazooka around soon and go for that. I could definitely see Pawky having a go at that. Oh, mate did get in this for a minute, but I don't know why he bothered getting back in it. Got killed for nothing. I'm not sure. The grill's not doing a lot, to be fair. Now, this is starting to clear the point a little for Pawky. FETT's going to want to do something soon and maybe contest the west, or maybe even go back for the middle, because at the moment he's pretty much just letting Pawky focus on this. Yes, Pawky's working to defend this, but Pawky doesn't have much to work with here. So I think most of his attention is actually over here. So yes, the first Special Forces squad's moving in. Hopefully he didn't lose his flare guy. That'll hurt. So where's old mate Flare? Perhaps he's left him back. Don't know, but Pawky starting to cap this point, so FETT will want to respond soon. Going down 3-0 at this point of the game, with Pawky already halfway over the points cap, is very dangerous. FETT's probably got a 5-minute window to pull it back, which looks like he's doing on the west. So beautiful play by FETT, and you see that with a lot of the better players like these boys. You know, one will be pushing the east, and they'll start to cap that, while the opponent is pushing the west and capping that. And you'll see them, most of the time, they're not even focusing on the same point. They're focusing on the point that is easiest for them to try and, you know, throw the opponent off. So we've seen some brilliant back and forth from FETT and Pawky in this one. Now, this is still doing a lot of damage for FETT here, but he might want to do something about the massive infantry that are being built up on these 2 points. I know he's got the grill, but the grill's not doing enough. 25 minutes in though, 670 to 589, Pawky's way. FETT controlling 1 point, Pawky with 2, and as we expected, the Calliope is here. So he's about to completely clear this point. Has this been repaired? He should be repairing that. That Calliope is going to cause some big headaches for FETT. Curious to see what he will bring out. Let's have a look at what he's got. I don't reckon he'll have many points. Oh, I was already on FETT. I'm an idiot. Sorry, boys. Yeah, he can't get anything. So, I think he's going to struggle to do with this Calliope. Now, it's getting harder and harder for FETT, I think, to be able to make an actual decent push. Pawky has some good infantry on this point. Obviously, they're the Doctrine infantry. First Special Forces, they're good. He's still got a flare gun he hasn't used. FETT making a move in the middle, though. I like that move. Brilliant play by FETT. Throwing a curveball in the works. I like that. He does have to watch out for this tank, though. And the tank has just made its move. So get a couple of screenshots of that. It's very nice to look at. That was beautiful. So Pawky taking back control of that, completely wiping that squad on FETT. FETT must realise now, though, that there's not a lot holding that, so he has got another squad. No, he doesn't. Oh, he's got a few boys here. He should probably be pushing these guys up while he can. That's probably what I would be doing. He should know at this point that Pawky has nothing really actually on the point, so he could start getting the cap back. At this point of the game, he really wants to. Alright, so it looks like Pawky has actually snuck a contingent around here. And if you look, he actually does have an AT guy here, so I expect, disregard that, that's my alarm to say go to work. I'm not working tonight. I'd expect this grill to get taken out very shortly. So there's fighting ongoing over here. Let's see what's going on. I think FETT is very comfortable here on this part of the objective. I do think he probably wants to make a little bit of a push and get into the middle, though. You don't want to be complacent here, much like he did on the other objective, how he moved up and started pushing Pawky off. I think he needs to do that again. We have 2 squads pushing into the middle. I like that. Divide and conquer, so this squad can come in from this side. This squad can move in through here. I feel like he should be stopping this squad, though, here to cover these boys moving in. Once these boys have got close, then push them in. But as you can see, Pawky's starting to get a lot of guys from this point. He's also just about reloaded this, and he's about to make that move by the looks of it. Nothing really happening here. All the action's here. So, as I said before, all those numbers that Pawky's been building up, they're coming back to really haunt FETT. FETT holding a squad back. I think he knows that pushing that squad is pretty useless. But at the same time, I think now's maybe the time to have a go because of all that smoke. If he can get... Yeah, so he's pushing over here. If he can get some smoke here, it'll help. That's why snipers are good. Watch him just slowly take out these boys. 2 down in the space of 30 seconds always helps. Pawky having a... Sorry, not Pawky. FETT having a hard time. Ooh. Here we go. Backline cam. We knew it was going to happen at some point after what happened to Spider with his officer being taken out. Oh, he's got a satchel. Or is that an AT grenade? I know. Oh, that hurts. But the grill is actually still alive. It's been, oh, nah, he's got another one. Rough. So you get the feeling that the nails being hammered into the coffin here. by Pawky. FETT making, showing some last signs of life here, throwing a few squads. Just trying to decide where to push. He's tried a few times to get this middle to no avail, so I don't mind the move to go to the left. I think he needs support though. So where's Calio going? I don't think that's the worst thing that could have happened to FETT. Obviously it sucks losing him, but at the same time, he's got 2 squads here ready to go. So that'll actually help FETT now that that's out of ammo. These guys are getting slaughtered though. They're going to want way more smoke than that. Way more smoke, way more grenades. And he's going to have to look at getting his officers up. You're at 900 with over 30 minutes. This is the time to run an officer up and just Hail Mary it. So that first squad's gone, but he's done a decent job of smoking it and wiping out some of the enemy infantry. Now, what's he doing? He's getting ready to throw a grenade. Oh, he's just lobbed a nade right in there. Ooh, a couple of boys down. So we may see FETT. I thought we would see FETT starting to cap that. It doesn't look like Pawky has that much here, but interestingly enough, FETT isn't capping. Oh, he's close. If he still had those 2 whole squads, he'd probably start capping. Ooh, in saying that, are we about to see a changing of hands here? I kind of want to see FETT start take this one so we can keep the game going longer. I think Pawky's realised that and he's pushing this potentially up. Oh no, he's going over here to try and deal with it. Okay, he's moving him in. So these guys are worth 2.5 points each. That's why they're so handy. So FETT just trying to deal with that. Nice move. Now push these guys in. Go, 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 go. It's the order of the day. Does have this second squad here. Now, Pawky's almost at 950. This is very dangerous territory. Are we going to see a changing of hands? So, FETT momentarily about to cap this. So there we go. FETT with the cap on the east side. Hopefully he doesn't run out of time. That is the worry for FETT here. He needs to keep all of his boys alive here. 970. Come on, lads. Let's keep the game going longer, boys. We love a long match. A good fight. It's been a very good grand final so far. Not that I care who wins. I'm not being biased on who wins. I just want the game to go for longer. Because it's been a very brilliant game so far. So FETT has stopped the bleeding. Looks like Pawky's making a move on this side now, though. So the danger for FETT is whether he's just kind of prolonging the inevitable. Obviously, Pawky still has his Calio. He did just lose one of his M20s. FETT does still have his vehicle, though. If he can get that around, he can potentially take care of the Calio. But I just think Pawky has a lot more at the minute still. Full control of the middle, still contesting both flanks, really. We are seeing a pushback on this point, though. So, how will Pawky respond? FETT respond here. He needs to move him on, and he needs to get these boys on. So he's just been completely wiped off this point again. Surprised no one's put out a mortar for defense. They're quite good when you're in kind of fights like this. Haven't used Pawky hasn't used his flare gun either, though. From what I recall, so potentially we'll see that come out soon. It looks like Pawky's re-established control here. FETT is bringing another squad up. Got the off-clearers sitting there waiting. He's moving his officer. So I think he's sensed weakness by Pawky on this point. So we're about to see another big push on this objective. The FETT starting to clear him back off. Pawky throwing some nades right in the centre of them. Bang. Got him. Now FETT is going to have the numbers again. So he might just save himself once more. 978, 979. Ooh. So So will the flag go down in time? That is the question. We got the officer ready to go. Oh, what a save by FETT. So FETT clinging for dear life here. Brilliant play by both boys. As you all know, the winner of this game will get a prize. It's not a lot, but a $50 Steam voucher in Aussie dollars, because I am Aussie. But, you know, something to play for is always nice. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's just annihilated FETT. But FETT does still have his... No, he doesn't. With a squad coming, so that's the nail in the coffin, I reckon. I don't think FETT is going to be able to answer that now. That may be GG's. Looks like he's just started to get a bunch of infantry up, but they're not going to make it. There is no chance, I reckon. So, Pawky is the winner of the first tournament, by the looks of it. So, thank you everyone following along the tournament. Thank you to all the contestants for playing. It's been an absolute pleasure. There'll be plenty more to come that I'll organise. But, in saying that, I should probably hold up because we may see a change of hands. No, I don't think we're going to. But yeah, there'll be plenty more comps. So if you want to get around it, jump in the Discord. Let it known when we do comps that you want to play and get it sorted. But thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you lads on the next one. Cheers.